Hello ladies and gentlemen, Sigvald here and welcome to the third video in a day where I'm very sleepy. I was about to go to bed and then I saw a post from Ingest Mobile announcing solo raids with Darkseid as a boss. And this is an amazing concept that we are going to be discussing in this video. So this video will be divided by sections. First of all, we'll be discussing the Facebook post, then we'll be discussing the whole thing as a concept. Then we will be talking about possible abilities that the Darkseid boss might have. Then we will talk about the potential sub-bosses that he might have. Then we will talk about what rewards I am expecting, and then we will talk about what this whole thing means for Ingest Mobile, the game, and the community in general. So with all that being said, like this video if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it, comment down below for any questions that you might have, subscribe for more content like this, and maybe hit that bell button to not miss an upload. And I'm excited, to be honest. Let's get into it. Okay, so the Facebook post goes the following. Get ready to take on boss Darkseid and his fearsome warriors in the Dawn of Apocalypse solo raid event. And there's a poster with Darkseid looking pretty cool and pretty angry and saying he is coming for you. Solo raids coming soon. So first of all, it's going to be a solo raid and it's going to be an event. What does that mean? First of all, being a solo raid, it will be a solo activity that you'll do, like the challenges, like the arena, like the campaign, nothing like the normal raids in terms of the participation of your league. Secondly, it will be an event, and this has two meanings. When something is an event, it means that will be there for a limited time, but this is not a bad thing, because if they are going to bring something like Darkseid solo raids and solo raid events, then they might do solo raids and stuff like this for other characters in the future, because this concept is going to be very similar with the challenges and towers that are right now in MK Mobile, for example. And those towers are going to have different characters on top of them, or different characters that they feature that you can get from them. And the fact that this is just an event, it's not bad, because first of all, if it's an event, it will surely come back after the first time it's released, and secondly, this opens up a whole new genre of concept that we can have in Injustice 2 Mobile. The one thing that I really want to see in terms of the concept that is already present in the Mortal Kombat and in Injustice 2 1 with those challenges, like the way this solo raid will be. Well, it's not going to be exactly like them, but the concept is very similar. What I want from this is different difficulties. And they will surely put that, because we have new players, we have intermediate players, and we have old players. You need to introduce different difficulties, because you need to at the same time make it accessible for the new players to participate in, and at the same time make it entertaining for older players to get a higher challenge for their rosters, and at the same time get a better reward than the new players, because they deserve it, because they've been playing this game for a while. So they need to really balance those things out in terms of at the same time making it something that is available for the new players, and at the same time something that is entertaining and rewarding for their progress for the players that have been playing this game for a very long time. So this is basically everything in terms of the Facebook post and the concept of it. Now let's take a look at Darkseid and let's talk about the abilities that the boss might have, because let's be real, with most teams it's kind of hard to fight a Darkseid in Arena and Champions Arena. If he's going to be a boss, he will need to be toned down a little bit, you know what I mean? So let's take a look at his abilities, and let's take a look what I think will stay and that what I think will remain. Okay, so let's take a look at Darkseid abilities and let's think about what will stay and what will remain, because most likely the theme of the character, which is a very good theme, will stay, but it will need some adjustments in order to be fit to be a boss. So first of all, the Omega Beams, this can definitely stay, because Brainiac has armor piercing abilities and nobody has complained about that so far. But maybe increase the cost of this ability a little bit would be pretty good, and maybe remove the armor piercing for the lower difficulties if you are going to add more difficulties. So if you are going to add 3 difficulties, easy, normal and hard, remove the armor piercing from this for easy. But other than that, a very viable ability that will make it. Third ability, the Omega effect. This is going to be an ability that I also would have no problem with it remaining, because Brainiac also has power drain on his special one. His special one is a little bit easier to block, to be honest, though, but I don't really have a problem with this ability remaining. But something that I really don't want to see is Darkseid doing an infinite combo, because this ability can be chained into an infinite combo, though we have never seen the AI do infinite combos, so I think we're okay for that. Then the Parademons. The Parademons will be a very interesting thing, because I definitely don't think they will leave this as an ability, because it might be pretty annoying. Though it could be interesting, it might be pretty annoying if they leave it as an ability. So what they could do with the Parademons? They might put one Parademon or Parademons, as far as I care, as sub-bosses, and different Parademons at that. Or they might do the thing where they put 3 Parademons that you need to defeat in order to get to the Darkseid boss. And that's the most likely variant, like it is right now with Brainiac. And that would be interesting. Like, I don't have any problems with that concept. Using most teams, that would make little to no difference, but it will enable the Joker to be amazing against him too, as he is against Brainiac, because of that attack buffs that he gets after killing targets. So I'm not sure what they'll do with the Parademons. Definitely I don't think they'll leave it as an ability. Then we have the Parademon passive. This just increases the stats of the Parademon, so skip it. Sacrifices are necessary. This is very interesting because of the fact that the health absorbed will definitely be not left over there, because you'll need to deal a certain amount of damage to it, and if he absorbs health, that introduces some variables that you simply don't want to deal with in the game when you're fighting a boss. The attack absorbed for a character that he kills, I don't really have a problem with it, but it will probably not make it as well. The barrier for the current health will probably not make it to the game, because it's a to the raid boss Darkseid, because it's a frustrating mechanic that you don't really want to deal with. So, and it would be creating a very frustrating situation. Not the fact that he's going to absorb damage, but the fact that when he absorbs damage, he will be able to freely hit you without getting staggered. That will be annoying, so most likely this passive will also get removed. Then we have Apocalypse Bombardment, and this is by far one of the most interesting things, because I think they should definitely leave this in. And hear me out, I know it will be annoying, but this fits perfectly with the Darkseid team, and I think they should leave the Apocalypse Bombardments, but make them like on 30-second or 20-second firing intervals. And also, as when you fight Brainiac, for example, and he changes his different types, like from agility to tech, there's a little dot in the corner that appears going by as he transforms. So you could do the same thing with Apocalypse Bombardment, so players can know when the next Apocalypse Bombardment is going to come by. And that will make it, at the same time, you will stay true with the team, you will introduce an interesting mechanics the player need to prepare against. And if they were to go next level, they could do the following. Like, if you don't block the Apocalypse Bombardment, a Parademon gets spawned instead of Darkseid, and you need to defeat that. But that would make things too complicated. I don't think they would add that. But I would definitely stick with the team of Apocalypse Bombardment, because while it might be annoying, it would make for a very, very interesting mechanic. And considering that the fact that we said that they need to remove his third ability, they will need to add another third ability most likely, and I'm pretty sure they will not keep the Parademons ones. So what they could do with his third ability, if they remove this one, they could actually, instead of add this Apocalypse Bombardment as a passive, they could add it as a third ability in some way. Oh my god, the daily rewards have been refreshed, I need to relog. But anyway, this was pretty much everything that I had to say in terms of his abilities. Now let's go ahead and talk about what sub-bosses we might be expecting. In terms of sub-bosses, there's two ways that you can go by. First of all, in the trailer for this new update, they have showcased Black Manta and Gorilla Grodd, so they might not be sub-bosses, and there's a whole talk to be had about that I'm not going to go extensively ahead. If Black Manta is a boss, then they need to remove the dot over time, because that will kill stuff real fast. And if they remove Gorilla Grodd, they either need to remove the shield from him as an ability, or they need to change that around, because of the fact that so far we haven't had any boss that has the shield, and that would be interesting and maybe difficult to deal with. But there's no confirmation they will be sub-bosses. There's still no confirmation they will be sub-bosses. Even though they call this a raid, there's no confirmation they will be sub-bosses and there will not be one single boss. And in terms of the other characters that were present in the trailer, I don't think there will be bosses, but if they are to be sub-bosses, most likely they will be other legendary characters, since with Darkseid, they seem to be to be riding the hype train around Darkseid, because the whole community is hyped around Darkseid. I don't know why, because so far he's a very cool character, don't get me wrong, but he's by far not the best legendary character in the game, but he's a very cool character and they're also going to rework him, and that's a topic for a whole another video. And if they are riding this legendary hype train, we might see other legendary characters as sub-bosses. We might not see any sub-bosses at all, even though it says raid, it might be just a Darkseid boss that you need to defeat over time. We will see when it comes, but in terms of sub-bosses, there's not much speculation that can be made except for Manta and Gorilla Grodd maybe, and there's also the option to have different minions with different abilities as sub-bosses if there are sub-bosses to be. So with all that being said, let's move into what I expect from the rewards. In terms of rewards, mainly I have one thing to say: Reforges. Go ahead, give us those reforges. We want reforges. Reforges are hard to come by, you are fully aware of that, and even though it's proven to be a pretty decent marketing way for you to get some money, we still need reforges, and this will be amazing for the community. So it would be amazing if in the rewards you would add reforges. Another thing that they might add in the rewards would be artifacts, because in other games, if you like Mortal Kombat, if you do the challenges and stuff like that, you also get gears, and in those games gears are universal. In Injustice 2 Mobile, the equivalent of universal gears are going to be artifacts, so for the highest difficulty you might want to give out some artifacts, or even one artifact. That would be nice, and also give out reforges, that would be great. And at the same time, I don't know which way they are going to go with this, but in other games that are also in the same genre, Injustice 1 and Mortal Kombat, in the challenges you're going to be able to unlock that specific character that is going to be in that specific challenge. So maybe drop some Darkseid shards, I don't know, that's up to you, but the thing that I most definitely want from this challenge is going to be reforges, and the second thing that I think will be fair enough is going to be the artifacts. And another thing is the fact that how are you going to participate to this challenge? Is it going to cost energy? Is it going to cost founding? Well, that's a thing that's interesting to find out. Like a thing that I think would be the most optimal to do is for it to be free to enter without having to pay anything, for it to not consume energy, but for you to have the ability to use each team only once, like it is in raids, but without the founding part. And for the lower difficulties, you might let players use their teams like 2 or 3 times even. And the higher the difficulty goes, of course, considering we have different difficulties, you would increase, you'll decrease the numbers of times you can use that certain teams. So this was everything. Now let's talk about in the next section what this means for the Injustice 2 Mobile as a game. So Injustice 2 Mobile has not been going very well lately. We haven't had updates since a very long time, except for the legendary characters that got introduced over and over again. The last update that was, let's say, for everybody was when they introduced Shazam, and when they introduced King of Tanks Aquaman, and when they introduced artifacts. Artifacts were a good addition to the game, are available more or less to everybody and are obtainable by raids. I'm very okay with that. But other than that, there were not many updates introducing new stuff for the whole community, and they were introducing just legendary characters. And right now, if they're going to do this solo raid, this is going to be for everybody. This is going to be for every player, and this is going to give you additional free rewards. And this is a very good way for the game, and the way that I really want to see, because right now we don't have that many mods. Like most people are burned out on Champions Arena. Most of people are playing Arena just for the gems, because they already have the characters maxed out. So this will be amazing and will add a fresh We'll add some freshness to the game. Might have some players kite back, might have some new players enjoying the game, and it will be amazing. I'm very hyped for this, and I'm very hopeful that Injustice 2 with this thing will go and keep going in the right way for it, because I have been saying previously and constantly the fact that Injustice 2 Mobile is not going in the right way in terms of marketing, because it's already a very old game. It's been 3 years, and they in the past year have moved away from being more new player friendly and have been taking away stuff instead of giving more stuff for free. And that's a very bad marketing idea in my opinion. And hopefully from this point we're going to see changes, and we're going to see new changes and great changes, and we're going to have a game that we can yet again truly enjoy. I'm very excited about this. Are you excited about this? Let me know down in the comments. Yet again, like this video if you like it, dislike if you dislike, comment down below for any opinion you might have, or for any questions in Injustice 2 Mobile related. Subscribe for more content like this, and maybe hit that bell button to see more content like this. This was Sigval the Grim, and I'll see you in the next one.